Nambe, Nigeria's new crude oil grade hits global markets. Oil prices putter near 3-month lows as demand concerns mount. Plus, Diaspora Commission partners Central Bank of Nigeria to boost diaspora remittance. The program is Business Express, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Musa Abubakar, your guide. Let's bring you up to speed with business development. Let's start by telling you that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, has announced the introduction of Nembe crude oil grade, a new crude oil grade into the international crude oil market. The announcement of the Nembe crude oil blend produced by ITO, the operator of the NNPC ITO Oil Mining Lease 29 joint venture, was made at the ongoing August European Crude Conference in London. OML 29, an asset located onshore Nigeria, is operated by ITO Eastern Exploration and Production Limited, Africa's leading indigenous hydrocarbon producer, following a historic acquisition from Shell in 2014. A statement by Olufemi Sone, Chief Corporate Communications Officer, NNPC Limited, revealed that the unique selling point of the Nembe crude oil grade with an API gravity was highlighted by both the ITO and NNPC Limited leadership at the August conference in London. The Nembe crude oil grade also has a low sulfur content and low carbon footprint due to flare gas elimination, fitting perfectly into the required specification of major buyers in Europe. 2 cargoes of 950,000 barrels each of the Nembe crude oil grade have since been exported to France and the Netherlands, with its attractive assay of API 29 and low sulfur content. The Nembe crude oil grade commands a premium to the global Brent benchmark. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the appointment of 3 new executive commissioners in the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission and the redeployment of 1 current executive commissioner pending their confirmation by the Nigerian Senate. Mr. Bashir Indabawa, representing Northwest, is now Executive Commissioner, Exploration and Agri Management. Dr. Kelechi Ofegubu Saudis has been redeployed Corporate Services Administration. Norense Amadusu South Executive Commissioner, Development and Production, while Babajide Fasina from the Southwest is Executive Commissioner, Economic Regulation and Strategic Planning. Statement from Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngilale. The President approved the reshuffling and replacement based on his informed assessment of all factors concerning the sector, with a view to establishing a regulatory framework and culture across the industry. Ceylon energy oil prices remain under pressure on Wednesday after sliding to their lowest in more than 3 months in the previous session, slipping further on concern over waning demand in United States and China. Brent crude futures dipped 8 cents to $81.53 a barrel, while U.S. crude oil lost 20 cents to $77.17. Both had dropped on Tuesday to their lowest since July 24th. Now let's see how other commodities are traded. Now to our discussion segment. In recent years, AI, otherwise known as artificial intelligence, has emerged as a game-changer technology with the potential to revolutionize industries from healthcare to finance, transportation to agriculture. Artificial intelligence is already making waves globally, but what about its impact on Nigeria's economy? How can AI-driven innovations contribute to the growth and development of the nation? Joining me in the studio to share his insights and perspectives on these crucial questions is Benedict Lume, tech consultant. You're welcome to Business Express. The name, your surname, you can help me just give a clarity on that.
Thank you very much.
Well, the same, you're welcome to Business Express, as you just help us with clarity on that.
My name is Benedict K.C. Eze Okwalome.
Okay, Zekwileme. Okay. Well, let's go into the conversation. Well, before the conversation, let's see how the Nigerian Army is encouraging its military commanders to deploy artificial intelligence in the conduct of operations.
The development of artificial intelligence has opened a variety of potentials for security and defense purposes, as this can be deployed in logistics support, simulation, target recognition, and threat monitoring. Artificial intelligence for military purpose is a force multiplier. However, experts have concerns about its safety and security.
We also want to allay fear of particularly the commanders as to the negativity of artificial intelligence. Look at the positive side. How can you utilize it? We are already using it, but people are just afraid. So let us put the fear behind us.
The most important thing, first of all, is to acknowledge and understand the various ramifications of artificial intelligence. Until we do that, we will not be in a position to actually be able to gather all the things that we need to gather from it.
The center is therefore seeking attitudinal change in military officers to encourage effective deployment of the technology. In Abuja, Ismail Musa.
Other reports by Ismail Musa just give us a perspective of what AI can do in armed forces and other military engagement, how it can make warfare easy and things like that. But our conversation takes a much more wider perspective. Now, in what specific ways can AI or artificial intelligence contribute to Nigeria's economic growth and development? Just let's make it simple that way.
I believe AI has a lot to do. People have this fear about AI, whether it has come to disrupt works or employment, and how it can, be effectively used by any government. If you look at AI, being used by government can bring about a lot of changes. For instance, in the health industry, if our Ministry of Health end up using AI in its practices, the response rate to healthcare challenges will be very fast. And with the use of big data, AI can easily analyze this data to create preventive measures, that can prevent future diseases from happening. I mean, with the use of AI, a situation like the pandemic that we just experienced would have been quickly brought to an end. And if you look at the education sector as well, AI is being used to teach kids a lot of skills these days. A skill that would have taken you much time to learn, you could learn within 3 months. I remember when I was learning web development, it took me about 2 years to learn how to, code and design websites. But these days, people are learning it under 1 month with the use of AI.
How possible is that? Just AI, how do you key into that? How do you take advantage of that? Just give us, break it down for us so that we can also take advantage of that and make things easier for ourselves as well.
Yeah, one thing with AI is it have this self-learning ability.
Okay.
So, in the past, if, let's say, to come to this program, actually, I looked up, I asked my AI assistant, what are the key points to talk about? And within a few seconds, I had a list of so many things to talk about.
So what about if I don't talk about those things that you want to talk about, or the AI suggested that you should talk about?
Well, you have the human element. That's why it's also very important. So AI is meant to assist us to achieve things faster, and with the use of AI, you can make your research much quicker.
But wouldn't it encourage laziness,
For instance, when there used to be typewriters, people used to use typewriter to type, and now you can be able to use Microsoft Office to prepare your document much faster. So the question is, has it increased laziness or has it increased productivity? So people can use that time for more productive things.
Okay, what are the potential benefits and challenges of integrating artificial intelligence into various sectors of the Nigerian economy, such as the one you just mentioned? You mentioned, was it agriculture or?
I mean, healthcare. And even normal corporate work. Now, the thing with AI is going to disrupt a lot of work. Okay. People are going to lose their jobs. But that's not a bad thing, actually. What happens is it will help us to evolve faster, and the things that AI could do is better for machine to do it, and then humans can have more time to do other things. But in addition to that, I think the government should have measures in place to educate people on how to make good use of AI for their own works instead of being scared of it, to create an enabling environment where people can learn to apply AI skills and use it to our own advantage, just like other countries are using.
Okay, it has the potential to transform industries and create new job opportunities. How are we, what advice would you give us in terms of preparing our workforce towards AI-driven future?
All right, so part of it is what the Minister of Digital Economy is doing by teaching people skills on how to leverage these technologies, because they are here for us to use them. Once they're invented, you cannot uninvent them. So it's best to just learn how to use them. And one of the things government can do is to create an enabling environment, create, skill acquisition centers where people can learn how to use AI to innovate further, because innovation is the key to, the growth in this century. So with AI, it's much faster to innovate. And to learn AI these days, there are a lot of platforms that could be used to learn it much faster. And with working with different AI experts like myself, the government can actually create different systems that can educate people from zero experience to expert experience, within a year or less. So with that information, people can create ways and solutions that can make processes much faster, much accurate, and much productive. Because that's what AI is meant to do for humans. It's meant to make us to have more time to enjoy our families and create solutions that will automate processes.
Okay, it seems like we have a few crop of people that know how to actually use the artificial intelligence or its technology to make things easy. Now, how do you carry everyone along? Just give us, how do we all use these things? Because you said before coming here, that you have this particular television interview, and to make things easier for you, you had to, use it. So how do we take advantage of that? Because it's obvious that you and few other people know how to use these things, but the lot don't have or don't know how to use these things. How do you educate us on how to use these things?
That's a very good question. one of the things to look about in AI, many people are hearing about AI. Some are scared about it, some don't care about it, and some are actually making research on how to use it. So for those making research on how to use AI, let's say you are an administrative staff. You would have taken about a day to prepare a letter for your boss. With AI, you can take 2 minutes to do that, because there are different levels of AI. There's what we call interactive AI chat boxes, like ChatGPT. So with that, you can just enter a simple query about anything you want to prepare in terms of written document, proposals, legal agreements, and within few seconds, it will give you the response that you need. Now, you still require experience to, proofread these documents, and even to proofread it, there's also another AI you can use, to proofread.
Are these tools available on your phone?
They are
or
available,
computer?
and most of them are free. Like
Okay.
ChatGPT is free, Bard is free, Bard is by Google. There are so many of them that are free. You just have to be willing to know how to use them, and they are all there online.
Okay, now let's take this conversation to the economic sector. We have the small and medium scale enterprises out there, which, by all means want to be successful, which they constitute the major force in our private sector. How would they deploy AI to maximize profits?
Yeah, looking at small to medium enterprises, I would also like to look at, freelancers, independent hard workers that are either photographers or, different skill sets. Now, all these set of people have limited resources to operate their businesses. And the advantage of AI is this. Let's say 2 years ago or many years ago, if you wanted to create a website, that's a big deal. You have to pay a lot of money. But there are different tools, that are applying AI now to help you create the content for your AI using something like ChatGPT, content for your website, and then you can use other platforms to convert those texts into a website actually and just host it. So in 2 days now, you can have your business website up and running, as compared to paying consultants thousands of dollars to get it done. You might now need a consultant to be able to help you get
So it's like
results.
somehow taking the consultant's job.
No,
and
now
which a lot of us are afraid.
I'm also a consultant. You need a consultant to ensure that which an AI have developed is giving you the maximum result. So
But
we consultants are evolving as well.
Okay, you have to understand that you're consultants now, because a lot of us are yet to key into this artificial intelligence tools. But by the time we now key in, what would you become? That's another thing. That's the question that a lot of people are asking.
Yes,
even us journalists are asking, okay, with the AI tool, what becomes of journalism in the future?
Okay, let me explain something. I was watching a show actually, and someone asked a similar question. Someone was trying to prepare jollof rice, and he used AI to find the recipe. So, but the question is, the AI is not going to cook the jollof rice. You still have to apply the skill to cook the jollof rice, but it reduces the time for you to start looking up for recipe to use. So as a consultant, we keep evolving. You need to understand human behavior. You need to understand consumer behavior. You need to understand a lot of things that will make you use that AI result effectively. So that's why we consultants have to evolve. The people, that used to pay us need to evolve as well, as collectively as humans. If you use AI effectively, we will evolve. There are also a few dangers of AI, but those dangers also have opportunities attached to it. So the dangers of losing jobs creates better jobs. So if you lose a job of being a personal assistant, you can have other jobs created as well by using AI. There are a lot of people that are making a lot of content on social media these days, making thousands of dollars every week. And it has become much easier, because to edit your videos, you can use AI as well. You can use different apps to create captions. Before, I used to go and type the captions one by one, but now you can use AI integrated in CapCut or InShot to just auto-generate captions. So this makes life much easier. And
now, talking about AI is very interesting, and it seems like we exhausted a lot of our time right now. But before I let you go, I just want to ask you one thing. Data privacy and security are important concerns with AI. How can Nigeria ensure the responsible use of AI?
That's a very key threat of AI, being the data being misused. And there's also a fear of AI, taking control and overpowering humans. But these threats have always been there, and they are the AI also, the developers of AI are also creating more regulations around AI. So there's a legal legal section of AI as well, constantly creating laws, that guide these AI systems, to prevent for data misuse as well. There are organizations that actually focus on monitoring these AIs to know whether when they are crossing the line, and call them back to order.
Thank you very much, Mr. Benedict. It's a pleasure having you on our program.
Thank you.
Now, moving on, Nigeria's in Diaspora Commission has received assurances from the Central Bank of Nigeria that bottlenecks will be removed to maximize remittances to the country. Well, this was the outcome of an engagement between NIDCOM and CBN to strengthen partnership that will impact the country's economy.
It is that serves as a bottleneck. We will do what we can to ensure that we're able to take it out.
Remittances, it can increase if the challenges are removed. How come Nigeria has the highest tax anywhere in the world? I think this is something that the central bank can look into.
Next is Global Market Review at Bosede Abel is standing by. Bosede, what's happening in the market?
Hello and welcome to the Markets Review. European markets were mixed on Wednesday as investors accessed a slew of corporate earnings. FTSE and CAC 40 rose while DAX dipped 0.02%. Most Asian markets fell in choppy trading on Wednesday, with South Korea's benchmark index wiping out more than half the gains made earlier this week, while investors digested a positive business sentiment survey from Japan. Hong Kong Hang Seng Index ended negative at 0.58% at 17,568.46. The Shanghai Composite dipped 0.16% at 3,052.37, and the Nikkei also dipped 0.33% across 32,166.48. U.S. stock futures were little changed Wednesday after the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite notched their longest winning streaks in about 2 years. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 are marginally positive, while Nasdaq dipped 0.04%. In Africa, Namibia and Ghana's GSA Composite were dominated by the bear, while South Africa and Tunisia's Tunidex closed bullish. That's the Global Market Review. I am Bosede Abel. Back to you, Musa.
Well, thank you, Bosede. Well, news just in that Federal Capital Territory High Court in Maitama, Abuja, has granted bail to Godwin Emefiele, former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Details will come your way on Nationwide. That's where we end Business Express. Business Express returns Thursday at 9:30 a.m. I'm Musa Bakar. Enjoy the rest of your day.